Hello and welcome to the second part of me decluttering my vintage inspired wardrobe. So in the first video we already looked through my blouses and dresses and skirts, but the video was getting really long, so I decided to just cut it in half, and you guys said you wanted to see me talking about my knitwear and all of my coats as well. So we're going to start out strong and go straight into my coats, because I do actually have quite a lot of coats. Some of them I made myself, others I bought, so I'm really excited to look through whether all of them are actually still fitting me and how I feel about my coats. Thought it would be fun to actually try them on, because I know I didn't do this in my previous video because I just don't really like putting stuff over my head. But with coats, luckily, they do button up, so we can just try them on. Also because some of them, especially this one, I made when I was like the very lowest of my weight. So I'm a little bit worried that this one might only fit without anything underneath. So I have my little cardigan here because realistically that's what I would be wearing in winter. So if a coat doesn't fit with the cardigan, then it's not really wearable, is it? So let's try on my coats. So this one here is actually a coat we made together in a video. I am so very proud of this. I feel like I didn't believe I could make a coat because I had been making jackets before I made this, and the jackets never really turned out perfectly. So this was the first actual outer garment that I made that was nice. So this actually just came out of storage because I didn't believe I would still fit into it. So I haven't actually taken it out again yet. So it is a little bit scrunched up, but if you're on this channel, you can look past wrinkles, because we always have lots of wrinkles here, not just in the face, but also in the clothes. Oh. I mean, I guess the thing about custom made things is that even though it is really snug, but it was custom made to my fit. So it's not as snug as things would be that were not custom made. I don't know how to say this. Okay, we can still close it. I still love this. So it is snug. Like, mainly I can feel it on the arms. So, I mean the waist, because I'm wearing a corset, it can be as snug as it wants to be, that is fine. It's just like around the arms, I feel like if I wanted to reach forward, I could only reach so far. Like I can't really, like, that's how high my arms go. So it is a bit on the snug side, but look at this silhouette. I still love this so very much, and yes, it is a bit wrinkly, but I'm very proud of this. I made this. Oh, and I've got old tissues in my bag. Well, that's always great. It's snug, but not snug enough to justify getting rid of it. Oh, I still really like this. This is still really cute. Okay, so next one up will be basically the same coat, but just as a jacket that I made for my 1940s capsule wardrobe that I took with me to Florence. So I actually have a matching skirt to this as well. And the fabric is kind of like very like countryside-y, tweedy. And I saw the fabric on Fabworks, which is one of my favorite fabric suppliers, and I was immediately like, I need to make something from it. It's so pretty. So I didn't make a video about making this because I was a little bit in a hurry to make clothes for going to Florence. Basically made this exactly the same way I made the coat, just shortened it a little bit. And since it's based on the same pattern, it is equally as tight. Might even be tighter. But yeah, it's giving me the same silhouette around the waist, and it is really, really tight, but it is absolutely perfect. Wondering, the sleeves are equally as tight. Yeah, so we've got exactly the same problem with this one as we have with the coat, but also I could never possibly sell this. It sits absolutely perfectly. I'm really amazed with this. I actually can't wait to make another kind of tightly fitted jacket, which is one of my upcoming projects. It will be more Victorian than this, but it will kind of have a similar waist, hopefully, if I can manage to make it fit like this. Just a little bit more space in the arms and shoulders. So this will not be sold. I will be keeping this even if I grow out of it, because it's just so perfect. I mean, I guess if I like properly grow out of it one day, I will maybe give it away, but the day hasn't come yet. I can still close it, so still close it off. And then, since we are just going through stuff I've actually made myself, let's try on the Outlander jacket. Oh, this one is so heavy, and it was tight from the beginning, but I also made it not at like the height of my skinniness, so hopefully this will still be just as tight as it used to be. So I feel like with this one, it's not actually that it is very tight in the sense of like the ones I've just tried on, because I can move my arms. I've got enough space. It's just really stiff, I think. That has always been the problem, because I used such a thick outer layer that was a poly wool, so it wasn't like the thin kind of soft wool that you normally work with. It was in itself already quite stiff. And then I interfaced the entire thing with calico cotton. So this is just really, really stiff. But also, it's so cute. Like, it is genuinely so cute. I think it could have been a shade darker and a little bit more mossy. But then I've also been making Outlander coats since the beginning of time. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll just make another one day. But until that day, I actually think I did so well with this. Like, I think this is super cute. It is bulging a little bit on the chest. But then I guess it's also meant to be kind of like more flat-chested rather than like a 1940s silhouette, because it is meant to be Outlandery. But I'm still really happy with this. It is technically made well. It is looking exactly the way it is meant to look. It is just really, really stiff. So I think I overdid the whole making a warm coat a little bit with this. Like, it's not even overly warm, it's just really, really, really stiff. But then we learn and we make mistakes and we do better the next time, I guess. But yeah, this will not be sold. I actually think I've been getting quite good at making jackets. Like, I make them too tight, but I think they turn out quite cute. And just to be entirely correct here, I will also put on the jacket I've literally just made in the last video, just so that you have a complete overview of the things I own. So this is the jacket I just recently made, the 1940s inspired little hooded jacket, which I made to fit my natural waist rather than my corset, because with all of these, you've just noticed they were all very tight on my corseted waist. So it's fine because they all look really, really nice. It just means that I have to get dressed properly to be able to wear them. So you've seen this jacket just recently. It is thinner than anything else I've just tried on. It is very movable, flexible. It was made to actually fit my current body, which is quite a good thing, right? Because all of the other ones are very, very tight. And you guys were also saying that I could maybe add like a little buckle or something at the back to kind of cinch it in if I wanted to. But quite frankly, I have a lot of jackets that I can only wear with a corset. So I guess if I was wearing a corset, I might just reach for them rather than making this one fit to a corset as well. So this one is my go-to jacket. I've already worn this like every day since I've made it. It's got big hood, and I don't know, it's not spectacular, I think, but it is very basic and something that I actually needed, which is sometimes also nice to make. So this one, I mean, I don't think I'll be giving away any of my coats just because I have already sold some before we moved. And whereas with dresses, I make quite a lot of them. But coats, I try to reduce to making 1 or 2 a year, just because I like making them, because it is such a challenge and it really makes me think and plan. And I think I come out of making coats every single time as a better seamstress than I was before. But also they're so expensive to make and it takes so long to make them. Like the project I will be making soon, the wool will cost somewhere close to £200, which is so expensive. But it will be so pretty. I'll show you the wool. It is perfect. It is like a mossy green. It will be like worn in the Highlands for the reveal. I'm so excited about this project, but that just means, you know, you make one a year and that is it. Like, I don't think I can justify with my YouTube earnings making something like this more than once a year. But for my birthday, I usually treat myself to some really fancy fabric and make that project that I've been holding out on because it's too expensive to make, but it's like the birthday present to myself. So really excited for the next project where I'll be making a Victorian traveling ensemble. So now we are getting to the coats that are made by brands rather than by me. So we start out with my Emmy Design ones. And you guys know I work a lot with Emmy Design. I'm actually wearing an Emmy Design skirt as well. So this jacket I bought myself, I should say. The coat I'll try on in a little bit. I got gifted. So Emmy Design often send me things and I work with them in collaborations to market their material, but Like, as you can tell, I literally live in Emmy Design. So it's like one of the collaborations where I'm just really eager to work with them, because I would literally buy that item if they didn't give it to me. So it saves me money. This is their riding jacket, and I think I mentioned this one already in my video where I was making that little 1940s jacket, because this one is like one of my absolute favorite items of theirs. And they had it in a green and in a black as well. I got a brown that has like a little bit of like a mint colored colorway to it. So there's like a little bit of a like green in the herringbone. I don't know if you can see that. It kind of sits similarly to the ones I've made myself. Not quite as tight, so I did just tighten the little belt here at the back rather than having it fitted properly. But this also means if I continue gaining weight, I could actually just let out the little bit at the back and it would still fit. And it's not overly tight, so this still fits me. This is good. This is definitely one of those Übergangsjacken that I was talking about in my last video. So it is the kind of jacket I will wear around this time of year. So it's not very thick, so I wouldn't wear it for winter, but it just works as like a little layer over my cardigan when it gets a little bit cozy outside and autumn's just about coming. Love this. Wish I had it in every single colorway, but these ones sell out so very quickly. They had them before in the past and then they brought them back and I was immediately like, I need this. So bought it the second it came out. And then we have the No Shit Sherlock coat from Emmy Design, which I was given as part of a collaboration. But this one I've genuinely worn so very much. And this one is kind of like tightly fitting, but not like overly tight. So again, one of those coats I can just wear with or without a corset. I've worn this so much. It isn't overly tight, it's just perfect. Let me actually show you, because this comes with a little cape that I normally don't wear with it because I just kind of like how simple it looks without the cape. But the cape is actually such a statement, so I'll bring it just a second. I'm thinking whether I should maybe leave the cape on for this autumn, because I feel like every year I kind of rotate it, where one year I will have it on and the next year I'll have it off. Look at this! No, okay, I think I'm going to keep the cape on this year. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that is... It's so cute. I actually love that so much when you've got garments that you can wear two different ways and then you can kind of alternate them every year. And every single year it feels like you've got a new garment, even though you're just wearing the same thing again. But it's so pretty. And that then actually brings me to my last coat, which is a coat that I got secondhand from a friend from France because she had this coat for ages and I was so jealous of it. I absolutely loved it. I felt like it was the perfect black coat. And she got it custom made for herself. It's called KG Yacht Clothing. So at some point when she decided she didn't actually want it anymore, and she messaged me and she was like, just to check before I put this on like Vinted or something, do you want it? I was like, yes, 100% yes. And the funny thing is, it was custom made for her, but it fits me so perfectly. I think I have no coat that fits me as well as this one. And this one has also been fine throughout me being skinnier and me gaining weight. For some reason, this coat has been constructed in a way where it's always comfortable. I don't know. I don't understand. It's quite stiff, so almost as stiff as my Outlander coat, but it doesn't feel restrictive. I mean, I guess it does make sense because a proper tailor would be better at making coats than I am, but it's just nice to see this kind of quality. So as you can tell immediately, this is stunning. I love this. It is so structured while still having the soft flow of a long coat. And that's tissues of the past. They're just everywhere. But this is definitely my favorite coat and I reach for this so very much. But because it is quite thick, it is actually really warm. So this is my warmest winter coat and I really like wearing it. It's just a little bit too warm sometimes and it's my only black coat, which is why we make that little jacket. Just to like go in between the seasons where this one would be a little bit too warm still, but it's too cold to not wear a coat or a jacket. But I love this one. I'm so happy I got this. I was honestly so lucky with this. Thank you, Meg, for selling it to me because this has been an absolute staple in my wardrobe. So now this marks the end of all the coats I currently own, which are still plenty, but I used to own way more, but I just sold a lot when we moved to this flat, because obviously moving and buying a new place is quite expensive, so we need a little bit of cash. So I got rid of stuff already about a year ago, but I'm really happy with the coats I currently still have. And as you can tell, even though I have gained some weight and I feel like some are maybe a little bit too tight, I'm really, really, really excited about every single piece. And I think that is a really luxury thing to have, to be so happy with your wardrobe and to have such kind of like special items that mean a lot to me. I'm a little bit out of breath from having to put on so many coats. But that's the end of me trying on things. So we can actually jump back to the bits that I have already filmed where I was talking about my knitwear, because I have a lot of knitwear. Some of it handmade by me or by others, but also a lot of them just bought from eBay or from retail shops, because I love knitted things that are handmade and high quality, but also I like just throwing stuff into the washing machine and tumble dryer. So I've got both high quality knits and easily washable knits. So let's go back to the bedroom and back to me wearing my little beret and the little doggy with a beret jumper, which is, by the way, from Primark. I know a lot of you asked about it. It's from the kids section from Primark, because kids things are so much cuter than adult things. Like, I don't understand why we don't get such cute clothes for us. But I bought it in a size 14 to 15 because I thought, you know, like, it's so cute, I will squeeze myself into it. It doesn't matter how small it is. It's too big. So if any of you are keen on buying it, I am normally kind of like a size small. Like, I wear Emmy Design cardigans in a size 34, 36, and 14 to 15 years in Primark is too big. So make of that what you want. But let's jump back and look at my knitwear. I've got like hand knit section, board knit, but nice board knit that I really like, and then random bits of knitwear that I'm not sure about. So I think I need to bring a little bit of order into that, especially with me actually being a knitter now. I need to have a little bit more space. So maybe let's talk about the things I will not be selling for now. This is my first me-made jumper in a red wool. Pattern is from Fable Knitwear. I love this. I'm so proud of myself for making this. I will not be selling this because this is my favorite thing ever. Looks super cute under pinafores as well. The baguette jumper, which was such a big failure at first because I made it way too small and then didn't think I would even be able to wear it, but you guys offered me a lot of help, so I was able to save it, and I have been wearing it so very much since. So I think this one is just like really casual and sweet and kind of like, I don't know what to say. I love this. It might just be because it is stripes and because I did it for like an expedition inspired thing. I have actually been thinking I might want to make the pattern again, maybe with more stripes, because you cannot ever have enough striped things. Oh, so this is not a hand knit, but this is Emmy Design again. Sweetest little 1940s inspired jumper. Adore this. I will not be selling this. I will be keeping this. Same goes for this one. Another Emmy Design jumper. They're just perfect. I actually know that I'm going to get another one of their jumpers for the autumn collaboration. They're going to send me just like a plain white one, which I'm so excited about because I have a lot of really cute Emmy Design jumpers, but they're all striped and patterned, so having like a plain one is going to be perfect. This one was a bit of a failure. This is the Elysian vest from Fable Knitwear. And it sits way more like a tank top than a jumper vest. So now I'm not going to sell this just now because I made this just as spring was happening, I think. So I wasn't as jumper vesty as I am when autumn comes. So I'm hoping I might find some use for this after all. But it is just the straps are too narrow and it's too short. But it's fine. It's fine. This was knit by a friend on Instagram. So she was selling it, and she actually was selling it in a like yellowish color, and it's the Nutcracker design from Fable Knitwear. I absolutely adore this. It's so pretty, but yellow does not work on me, so I ended up dyeing it green, which worked out quite well. I do wear this underneath pinafores as well, and there's dirt on it. I don't know. I feel like I would like to actually knit my own Nutcracker jumper at some point as well, because this isn't as tight as I would knit my own. So maybe I'll make myself one as well at some point, because I think one that is like an actual like white color would be really nice as well. So then we're getting into the section of knits that are polyester, but nice. We have my favorite jumper with little wings in black. We have my favorite jumper with little wings and white. They're both from New Look. I love these so much. Like, I cannot even find words for how much I love these jumpers. If any of you have any knitting patterns that have these little ruffles, please send them my way, because I want to knit something like this from like actual wool at some point, but haven't really found the right pattern yet. This one is a silly one that I actually just bought to get free shipping. But it's like a stripe, and you know I love stripes, but it says, be the person your dog thinks you are. And then I showed it to Jack, and I was like, because it's also got a little Archie on it. And Jack was like, but Archie thinks you're an idiot. And I'm like, that's mean, but also true. So this is more of like a home jumper. It's also more of like an actual kind of like sweatshirt type jumper rather than a knit. So I feel like I wear this really casually. I wouldn't wear this for like an actual outfit, because if I tuck it into anything, it's just too thick. This one is a bit of a weird one. I quite like this. It's got little robins on it. It's so basic that I actually quite appreciate it. And this is one of my favorite jumpers. It is the perfect blue. Love this so very much. Got a little bit of like a cute pattern to it. Wear this all the time. It's just one of my kind of winter jumpers. I have been starting to like blue more. I know I've been talking about this for ages, how I don't really like blue, but this kind of blue I adore. So I'm really happy with this one. This is the green that I love to hate. So this is actually like such a cute jumper. It's got little bubbles on it, little designs. I love this so very much. It's kind of like a Christmas tree jumper almost. Whenever I wore this, I felt like I'm just a Christmas ornament. The color doesn't suit me, but I'm just gonna keep it because it's really thick and nice and warm. And I just spend a lot of time on eBay just looking at like funny jumpers, and that's how I found most of my jumpers. Like, very few of my jumpers are actually like from the shop, they're just from eBay. So this is a very similar jumper that I also found on eBay. It also has like little bubbles and a little cute design on it. And again, a color that doesn't really suit me. I mean, maybe I should actually just try to dye these, because if this was just like this color, I think it would be suiting me way more, but then it's polyester. So I'm not sure I can dye it, but then it does have polyester dye, doesn't it? It's 80% acrylic, 20% polyester. Maybe I'll dye this just to be a little bit less piggy and a little bit more dusty rose would be nice. And then I have my very favorite little sailor collar French girl jumper that I absolutely adore. I got this from Reserved. It's perfect. I love this so much. I wish it had a puff sleeve. It is a little bit tight on my arms, and you know how I feel about my arms. So that's the one thing, but because it's got such a big sailor collar, it kind of distracts from the bulginess of my arms. I love this jumper so very much. Wow, well done team. We've sorted nothing out. We've just decided to keep everything that we have. That's very useful. Let's just pull all of this out. Well, there's way more than I thought. Oh, I forgot about these. Okay. So these are jumpers that I might have had for a long time and that I will wear around the house, but not for fancy occasions. This is actually a jumper I've had for so long, I forgot about it. It is so worn down. The fabric is pilling, it's thin, but I still really like it. It's from C&A in Germany. I actually got this when I was in my bachelor's degree. So this is quite an old one. It's just a really nice basic. Another jumper, it's got like little embroidery. It's got a bit of like a boat neck, like a bit of a 1950s vibe going on. And then even though the sleeve isn't puffy at the top, it is a little bit puffy at the bottom. So I think I'm just gonna keep this because it's been with me for so long. Why would I get rid of it now? This one is a house jumper that I got specifically to be worn around the house and not to care about whether it gets dirty or not. So for that purpose, I shall keep it, but it's not very nice. I actually got this from New Look. It's pilling a lot. It's just a dark gray. It's a pajama jumper, really. It's just something I wear without like caring too much. And then a little bit more interesting, I've got some 1940s jumpers. So why are they in this section, you might ask? Because they are actually hand knit, not by me, but I got them off eBay from someone else. They are way too big, and I'm saying this knowing I've just complained about everything being too small, but they're just like on the shoulders way too big, and then the poofiness of the sleeves kind of hangs off the shoulder. I love these, I really do, but I don't wear them because of that, because they just don't really fit me. So I've got this one here and this one here, and you've probably seen me wear them in the past because I do really like the idea of them, but they're also like quite a thick wool now that I'm knitting myself. I think they're not DK, they're probably like something a little bit chunkier, and it feels like they should have been knit on a lower needle size as well because they're kind of like gapey. You can kind of see through them a little bit. So I think, because I had 3 originally and already sold one, and that one actually sold super quickly, and just because I have my Emmy design jumpers, which are basically the same idea as this, and I will be getting another one and I will be knitting more, I think I'll part with these ones while they're still nice and wearable and find them a new home, because they are really nice. I think it just needs to be worn by someone who is generally a little bit bigger. Why is this here? This one is a cute jumper. Forgot about this as well. It's got like, hard to see because it's all black, but it's just got like lace applications and little like bobbly details. Yeah, this will, I think, go into my nice jumper section. But also I'm just realizing I actually put some of my jumpers where I was like, oh, they're just house jumpers, into the nice jumper section as well. Well, let's go into this and you will go here. Okay. I loved this jumper when I first got it. It's got like a little bit of like a cute pattern to it, bit of a poof sleeve, then goes into like a tight cuff. And I really liked it. It is very thin. So more kind of like an early autumn with a cardigan jumper rather than in winter jumper. But also this I got when I believed I was in autumn. But by now I believe I am a winter. So I think that's kind of changed the colors I'm choosing, because I don't think this kind of orange is the perfect color for me. I think if it was red, that would suit me better. So I'm not going to sell it because it's actually worn down quite a bit already. Doesn't feel amazing anymore. Ooh, forgot about this one. Saying this about everything. But that's like the exciting thing about bringing out your autumn clothes, right? Everything feels like it's a new item. This is such poor quality. I got this from Oasis. It has like the biggest poof sleeve and then a tight cuff. So this is basically looking a little bit like the cycling jumper. I actually had the Emmy Design cycling jumper at some point, but it's really thick and really heavy, and the neckline goes up quite high, which didn't work for me. I hate a proper turtleneck. So this just has a mock neck. So this is basically just the same idea and gives me the same shape as these really nice cycling jumpers, but without giving me this overwhelming feeling of being stuck in this massive jumper. And this is actually a dress. I don't think it should be worn as a dress. It is very short, but in this case I would always wear it as a jumper and then have like a skirt over it and then have like just the additional fabric just warming my bum, I guess. So this I quite enjoyed. It's not an amazing jumper that I'd say it's like, oh, it's like great jumper, but it does work really well, especially for pictures and such. I have worn this on a lot of pictures. This one I'm a bit torn about. It's actually a really cute jumper. It's very see-through, so it's more of like a very early autumn, late spring kind of jumper. It's also got some really cute details on the shoulders as well, but it doesn't feel nice. It feels absolutely horrendous. It doesn't feel like the yarn was meant to be used for clothing. It's really crisp. Oh, it feels almost like straw. So I don't know how I feel about this. I got this on eBay as well, as I do with most of my jumpers. I think I might sell it. Let's be honest. I don't like the feeling of it, and I know there will be people who don't mind things being a little bit itchy, but no, not for me. And then another house jumper that I just got to wear with a pair of leggings around the house, especially while I was renovating and things. You just need some crappy clothes that you can wear occasionally when you do things that could get your clothes dirty. So that will just stay. There's my trouser section and my t-shirt section, which we're not gonna go into because no. Oh, but that's us done. And I know I'm saying I'm done here, even though I was standing in front of a lot of Emmy Design cardigans, which I didn't try on. So with my Emmy Design cardigans, just imagine I have every single one in every single color. So I didn't actually go through them because I don't sell or get rid of them. I just kind of hoard them like a crazy dragon hoards gold. I love them and they make me very happy. So I didn't look at them for this purpose because I wasn't going to sell any. But as always, if you want to see them, let me know and we can make a future video. And we're back here. So that is the end of my wardrobe clean out. And I will be putting the things that I've decided to sell on my Depop, I think. So my Depop is just Dear Tally, like this account, like my Instagram. I haven't taken pictures of all the things I want to sell yet, because it is always quite a pain to measure everything out. But I will do it. So I will definitely announce it on Instagram when things go online, because I will be selling things, because I know a lot of people said they just bring their stuff to local charity shops, but I have a very strong feeling that my local charity shop will be like, what the fuck am I meant to do with this? So it will just go on Depop. I'll sell it for a part of what it's worth, but if it finds someone and I can make a little bit of money out of it to pay for future sewing projects, then all of us are happy, and I can pay for that really nice wool that I still need to buy. I've been putting this off. I am really happy that we managed to get rid of some things that I decided to not keep, because as I mentioned, it kind of feels like often I prefer making things over having things, so the actual joy comes from the making rather than the owning. So it's just nice to be able to give things over to people who might enjoy the owning more, so that everyone here on this channel, including you and me, is feeling as much joy as possible in this dreadful world. So on that note, I'm saying goodbye, and I am looking forward to seeing you in my next video, which will probably be at least 2 weeks from now, because I have to take next weekend off because I'm going to Manchester to see a friend. So I actually have a Saturday off, which hasn't happened, and I don't know. I've been working 6.5 days a week for a very long time. So this is exciting, but I will see you very soon, and I hope you have a lovely start of autumn, and I hope that pumpkin spice is already available where you are. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.